Yo, 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 my dope people, what is poppin', man? Sending y'all positive love, sending y'all energy. Before I get into the tarot reading, sorry about that. Take a deep breath. I'm present because you know the present is if that's called the present. I always feel sending y'all, man, again, positive energy. Make sure y'all drink y'all water, health is wealth. I've been really expanding myself a lot, man. And actually before I even get into that, I've been called to post more on YouTube. So I don't really know exactly how much yet per se, but probably going to post about 3 times a week. Don't take my word for that yet. That's kind of what's. I'm not going to post every day more than likely because I don't want to. I don't want to be forcing readings if I'm not really. I just put out readings when I feel guided to do so, just like I am today. But this reading is a general collective reading. Also, I'm using my beginner deck, and I like using this deck not necessarily because it's a beginner deck or anything, but mainly because it really implements astrology. And because it has the planetary signs and symbols and things like that. And I'm gonna pull a card from my astrology deck, which is probably my favorite deck in my collection so far, because I'm very tied to the moon. Moon is a feminine energy, the very nurturing, calm energy. And that's why when it comes to following the lunar cycles, honestly, before I get into this reading, right, let me explain to you all the lunar cycles. Lunar cycles are important because you know how, as humans, we go through the emotions, right? The up and down emotions. And it's like that because of the lunar cycle, because of the moon, because the moon represents your emotions, it represents your emotional body. Think about it this way, right? The human body is made up of, I believe, around 60 to 70% water, somewhere along those lines, not specific, definitely around 60 to 70%. And the moon is the emotional body, so you're heavily affected by moon cycles, right? Now, there's the full moon and there's the new moon, and there's cycles in between it. I'm still learning it. I believe there's waxing crescent and waning crescent in between the new moons and the full moon. I can't remember it off the top of my head on which one which, but I'll continue to learn it and I'll put y'all down on game. But for now, just remember new moon and full moon, okay? And that makes up the lunar cycle in a very general whole sense. So the new moons are really good for setting intentions and setting goals. And intentions is really important because your intentions is the first step to manifesting. That is very important to understand because people think, and I don't blame them or anything, but people think that action is the first step, but it's not action, it's your intent, because your intent means everything when it comes to you taking action towards anything, right? So when it comes to the lunar cycle, the full moon, I believe it's the full moon is the start of the lunar cycle, and the new moon middle of the lunar. So right now, again, the new moon is good for setting intentions, setting goals, and I'll do a video specifically on each moon phase. If you want me to, let me know in the comments if you want me to do that, and I'll continue to do my research on it. I just do, but just for now, remember the new moon and remember the full. But the full moon is good for releasing emotions. It's really good for resting. So think about it this way. This is why during the full moon phases, we kind of go into this phase of it could be turbulent emotions depending on your sign because there's a full moon in every sign, and that's what makes up the the calendar. So there could be there's a new moon in, say, for example, Aries, right? There'll be a new moon in Aries, and then I believe 6 months later there's a full moon in Aries. So then after that, it's a moon in Taurus, and there's a full moon in Taurus 6 months later. So all 6 cycles, or all 12 signs, the new moon and full moon, it represents the cycle. So full moons, you're going to experience more turbulent emotions because you are releasing at that time. The full moon illuminates, and it's illuminate your subconscious mind. So this is why during a full moon phase, you are experiencing, number one, you're probably getting a little bit tired, which means you need to rest because of full at its highest illumination. So it's illuminating not only your subconscious mind, but it's also re-energizing you for the next new phase and phases in. So that's why it's good to rest during the full phase. All right. Number two, you are going to be experiencing very vivid dreams. So I highly recommend documenting your dreams because it's really telling you something and making you aware of things as well. So rest during the full moon phases. Make sure you document your dreams because you will be getting. And if you're into crystals and things along those lines, put your crystals outside and charge your crystals because full moon at its brightest, you have to look at it like a light, directing energy towards everything, right? Because that's what's going on. Just wanted to give y'all a heads up on that. I put out this theory. And that being said, first card out is the Star card. Star card talks about faith. It talks about hope. It talks about optimism, good health too. And this is Aquarius, Pluto, which is funny that this card come out because first of all, Pluto is an Aquarius. We are hitting a new Pluto in Aquarius is a cycle that we haven't had in two. I'm gonna just give it to you straight. And it's very significant because the last time we had Pluto in Aquarius was the Declaration of Independence was signed. Composition of air that was discovered. I want to say Uranus was discovered at this time too, which is ironic because Uranus is on this card, and on top of that, have a Uranus and Jupiter conjunction today, and that cycle happens once every 13. It is a big deal, and it's Uranus is the great awakener in the zodiac. Uranus is when you're watching something on TV or whatever it may be, or you get on your phone and you see breaking news and some shocking shit happen. That is Uranus energy. It co-rules Uranus with Saturn. And, it's also about innovation, technology, also about rebellion, because Uranus is the only planet that sits on its axis with a tilt. And that's what makes it different from any other planet. So it literally embodies rebellious energy. It's also about individuality, authenticity, things along those lines, right? So giving you a heads up on that. But again, this is big things. Also, the Star card represents heavy spirituality in it. High Priestess card. Now, first of all, the High Priestess card, I just mentioned the Star card being a heavy spirituality card. So is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is spiritual energy. It is letting your intuition guide you. And it's funny that the moon is on this card, and I just got done telling you. Talks about spiritual knowledge and wisdom as well. Seven of Cups is up next. The 7 is a highly spiritual number. It talks about reflection. So you are seeing a lot of 7s, 757, 777, 77, etc., etc. It's just telling you that you are in your reflection or you are about to be. So, and with that, what I mean by that, right? Let me explain that to you on a practical level so you can understand. When we go, everything happens in phases, right? As we know. When you're seeing 7s, you know how like you can learn a lesson for something, but then about 2 weeks later or how much ever time goes by, you're talking to someone and then they're kind of reflecting back to you what you have already learned, and then you're feeling it like, why am I hearing this? Why am I feeling this in my soul when I already learned this lesson? It's just reflecting back to you that energy just because it's giving you wisdom on what you have already learned and don't resonate with. That is what that is talking about. And it's the 7 of Cups. So it talks about emotional opportunity coming because Cups is all about your emotions. It's all about your feelings. Definitely in line with the moon because, again, the moon is the feminine energy. It is your emotions. It is your feelings. So, yes, this is heavy moon energy in this reading already for sure. I'm pretty sure when I pull this Moonology card, I might get the release card, like low key. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm kind of feeling it already. I might pull a card and it might be that release card, but we'll see. But it talks about daydreaming too. It is a good time to rest, dream, because you're creating your own reality based off of your thoughts. Because it starts at the mental plane. You're daydreaming. It's at the goes from the mental to the spiritual. This is where we get into the as above, so below. Because planets don't cause anything. Planets reflect back down to the physical realm, but it's going to the spiritual realm. I'm dropping some keys right now. You look at the planets as mirrors. That's what the planets are. They are divine mirrors. All right. Five of Cups or emotions. It talks about you. First of all, fives are about change, and it's what I mean by change. What I mean by change is the change has already happened. This is not saying that change is going to happen. Change has already happened. Hence, why the seven came up prior to that, because you're seeing your reflection because things have already changed. Hence, why you're seeing your reflection. All right. This is what this is talking about. So let the emotions and let the energies flow through you. Don't get caught up in them. You're meant to feel the feelings because the energy and emotions has to flow through you. Has to. Okay. You don't have to get caught up in it. And by the way, I'm not your average tarot reader. I don't know about anybody else. No shade to nobody else. But I'm not about to be on this channel putting out, relationship and like I'm just not doing all that, man. I'm here for divine wisdom. I'm here to put out divine knowledge because I actually want to make a difference in my reality. You feel me? Like a huge impact. That's what I'm about. I'm about making impact no matter what is going on. So I'm not doing no karmic stuff. That's just not what I'm doing. No shade to nobody else now. You know what I'm saying? If they want it, it's all about your intent. But I know what I'm here for. I'm here to make it. That's on God. Six of Pentacles, Moon energy, and Taurus. Again, this is just really confirming that this reading is heavily directed. In Western Tropical, it's going to be the full moon in the Scorpio. Confirmation if you heard my watch go off. And Vedic astrology is full moon in I'm still learning about that. So I'll kind of teach you all as I learn more. But the Six of Pentacles talks about gifts, generosity, and things like that. It also talks about authority, giving, and really balance, making sure you're giving back to people because that's the language of the universe. So now, obviously, if someone's not reciprocating that same energy, then stop giving them things, right? But if they're reciprocating that energy, that is that is like the law of, I guess you could say, transaction, per se, right? Is when you give back to the universe from a good heart, from a great intention, the universe is going to give you everything back tenfold, and it's going to be through magic. So a lot more than what you. Next card out, Four of Wands, Aries energy. Aries season started April 13th specifically, and Four of Wands is a portal. That's why when you look at this card, you can see wands. There's two wands on one side, and there's two on the other, and these two people are in between because they represent which the. And it talks about celebration, talks about your energy being a harmonic, celebratory energy, and the wands is passion. So you're going like this energy really ignites you to take fire, divine action towards your desires. That's what they're talking about. Again, that's why you went through the portal. Next up, the Eight of Swords. Make sure you control your thoughts. Don't be in the victim mentality. If you are going through, again, don't be in that mentality because you're just gaining wisdom, not your. Can't specify that enough. Okay. So if someone is reflecting back to you a certain energy that or a certain lesson that you have learned already, you have already learned it. Not get caught in the reflection. Okay. Don't get caught in the reflection. And some people are going to project their issues onto you. If they are, understand it's not your energy. Hence why I always say spend time alone and spend time by yourself. Walks out in nature does wonders. Like I was about to go on a walk like about 30 minutes ago, but I rode my bike today, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of busy today. Saturdays are one of my days to where I'm really busy because I'm doing like a lot of learning and I have, a lot of classes going on and things like that. So You know, I I didn't go on my full walk, but I am going to go on my walk tonight. I'm probably going to walk around 7 p.m. You know, so go walk out in nature for about 30 to 45 minutes. It does you wonders. The sun is sunbathing, and even if the sun isn't out, go on a walk anyway because you need to move the energy. All right. To explain this, right? If you're in a certain emotional state and you don't like it, it's because you have to picture yourself sitting in a bubble, right? Like picture a bubble around you, and that bubble is filled with the emotion that you're going through, the emotions that you're going through. So you have to move that energy around so it's out of your bubble. That's why I'm telling you to go on a walk. All right. I'll pull about two lovers card. Once you control your thoughts, emotions, you want to be in a very harmonic, back to your original energy, your harmonic, passionate energy. This also talks about relationships, partnerships. What I mean by the relationship partnership, I mean like values and shit. They're good. Also, Gemini energy. I think second Gemini card. All right, yeah, that makes sense. Could be a Gemini watching this. This is if you're a Gemini watching this, definitely stay out your fucking. Nine of Pentacles talks about luxury, abundance, and prosperity. Again, control your thoughts, daydream during this cycle, rest, you're creating wealth. That is what's happening. Start for guidance, please. Queen of Wands. I always talk about the Queen, like, first of all, the Queen of Wands is Aries energy. It is a person just popped in my head and like funny that this, but I'm not gonna say who it is. But Queen of Wands is a very nurturing mother energy, but it's a fiery energy at the same time. It's very self-expressive. The natural leader is so strong sexual energy too. Like when I think about the Queen of Wands, also talks about independence and confidence. Like the Queen of Wands reminds me, I always talk about Taraji P, Regina King, or you know ones. Beyonce's a figure that come up. Rihanna, like these are the figures that come up when I talk about Queen of Wands because it's a fiery, passionate energy. They're leaders, you know what I'm saying, and they also have a nurturing energy to them that supports that fiery energy because they have this balance. So that is your tarot reading. I am going to pull. I'm going to pull a moon card for you. For some reason, this card wanted to come out. The last card, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is more passion, right? And if you look at the card, you see the like. Do you see the horse already galloping as if the horse is already running? The horse is in the process of moving fast. Take that as a will. That means things are happening fast, whether you could see it now or not. It's going to happen very fucking fast. Trust me on it. It is. All right. Card. Celebration dance. I highly recommend dancing at home because that's probably what I need to be doing. I'm probably gonna turn on some ratchet music or I like to listen to like Hispanic music and reggae music to dance to. To be honest, I might go get like a little, you know what I'm saying, like some wine or some tequila or something. I might, you know what I'm saying? I need to loosen up a bit for real for real. But because I've been studying a lot, I've really been expanding knowledge and things along those lines, and sometimes I need to loosen up. But with that being said, moon dance celebration, you know, so get with people that you rock with heavy, dance, go out, have some fun, things along those lines. That's what I'm getting. And let me read from the guidebook for this. All right, moon dance celebration. This card brings good news. You will soon have good reason to celebrate. Expect good things and positive developments. Think about all the good in your life at this very moment. Be grateful and show gratitude. I do that every day when I wake up. One of the things that I do is before I even grab my phone is I'll say these things, right? I say, first of all, great morning to my divine family, my divine mother, grandmother, my divine father, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, and like all of them people, beings, right? And when I say that, I tell them, hey, I'm sending you positive energy. I love you all, and I'm just grateful for everything. And I say 5 things that I'm grateful for. When you do that, you start your day off at a very, very high vibration. So just a tidbit with you saying gratitude. What you do, what do you have to be grateful for? Be grateful for it now. Do a little dance of gratitude. Stay focused on solutions, not problems. Open your heart and be as happy as you can with the way things are now. Confirmation if you heard my watch go off. Being upbeat about the good things in your life is hugely important when it comes to creating the life you want. It's as though better things come to people who are already buzzing. This is funny because I tell people when you want to be something like a CEO, an entrepreneur, whatever it may be, the trick to it is you have to act as if you're already that person. Embody, literally embody or embody, right? Like literally be this person. It doesn't matter what your reality looks at this time because your circumstance is not forever, right? There's a lot of famous people that have been in the position of, unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, to where they haven't had the things that they could have at that time. But they embodied this energy and they became that because they utilized that with the law of attraction. All right. So you're not your circumstance or not. So with that being said, sorry. Let me see. Open your heart and be as happy as you can with the way things are now. Being upbeat about the good things in your life is hugely important when it comes to creating the life you want. It's as though better things come to people who are already buzzing. The essential message of this card is you'll get what you want once you love what you have. Feeling grateful is the key. If you're going through a situation so tough that it's hard to be grateful, dig deeper for something you are happy about. Good times are ahead. You have to believe it. Belief is your operating system. Trust me, it's the source code of your operating. And this card is a sign urging you to be more optimistic. Have every reason for optimism because they can see what is coming to you before you can. Trust me when I tell you, the guys do not lie. Additional meanings for this card: there's good news coming. Be sociable. Praise your life. Take up dancing. Say yes to a party or invitation. About this symbol, sometimes you need to celebrate before you really have something to celebrate. Make life a celebration and not just one. That is a fire reading. All right. With that being said, you already know, man, this is your man, David G. Sending you all a lot of positive energy, man. Sending you all love. Make sure you drink your water. Health is wealth. I know during a full moon phase, I tend to eat a little bit more, because it's the emotions that come with the full moon, man. So I try not to go overboard, but I definitely eat a little bit more than what I'm used to eating. I'm probably just gonna have like a drink or two tonight, just to relax and just kind of flow with the emotions a little bit better. But with that being said, man, again, man, sending y'all love. This is man David G. If you want a personal reading, hit me up in a DM on all my sociables, all my I'm creating a link tree. I'll have it done probably by the end of this week. But my name is STLCTY03. That is on all of my outlets. That is on Twitter. That is on Instagram, and I'm on Threads, putting out a lot of content too. Shout out to Threads. I'm really rocking with it. I'm not perfect, but I'm rocking with it. But again, with that being said, I'll put those links in the description. And if you want a personal reading, hit me up, man. They are. I'm gonna be honest. I went up on price because it's a crazy it's energies that I have to deal with, right? So if you want a personal reading, and I'm gonna be honest, not come to me if you're not willing to pay for this personal reading. They are $50, but I'm giving you a tarot reading and I'm giving you oracle cards too. You're going to get your answer. I also look at charts too. I do chart interpretations. So if you want your astrological chart read, I can do that also for $100. So with that being said, again, man, drink your water, sending y'all positive love, man. Get out in the sun and get in nature, man. You already know. I love y'all. Out.